Hello everybody, Jason here. Just wanted to do a quick video for writing and publishing a book and giving you some different step-by-step directions and advice on what I believe are some really great ways to publish a book, and some things that I wish I had known when I first published my book, because it would have saved me a lot of trouble and also would have helped me reach a lot more people. And I plan to use these tactics as well in the future for my future books, but for right now I just want to show you this. If you're wanting to write a book or publish a book, this is one of the best publishers on the web. In fact, I would highly recommend them. Createspacecom. It's actually, this publishing company is owned and run by Amazon.com, which is the world's largest online store. Amazon.com. I'm sure you've heard of them. But basically, you can actually publish a book on here for as little as $10 to $200. Now that is amazing. Now, if it is your first book that you're publishing, chances are you're going to be paying potentially a lot more than that, because you'll need some of the different paid services. But I'm also going to show you in this video how to get different things like editing, cover creation, and formatting, things like that done for much cheaper than what you might pay if you hired somebody who is a real professional and independent worker and things like that. Now, if you have the money and you want to do something like that, you want to go big, you can. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're losing quality. It just depends. Sometimes it's hit and miss when it comes to hiring somebody else. But basically on here, as you can see here, it says start a title for free or explore paid services. Now this is basically, if you start a title for free on here, what they're going to ask you to do is purchase an ISBN number. Your ISBN number is kind of like the tracking number. I don't want to sign up or anything right now, but basically it is the tracking number for your book that helps distinguish your book from all the other books, and is also what you will need to use to file a copyright through this website. It's called copyright.gov, www.copyright.gov. This is where you can file for your electronic copyright. I believe it's only $40. Very cheap. It can take a couple months to get it, but it's very worth it. This protects your writing, so that if somebody tries to plagiarize or steal it and republish it in another format, you can protect your book that way. So $40, well worth it. Like I said, it can take a little while to get done, but basically you want to do this when you are near the end of your publishing phase, or you've already published the book and now you just need to get it copyrighted, kind of thing. But let me tell you why I recommend CreateSpace. For one, the cost. Like I said, you can do it for as little as $10, which I don't actually recommend, because they have a few different levels. They have $10, they have, I believe, like $50, and then they have like $100 or $200. And basically what it is the ISBN. What you want to do is buy your own ISBN. You can type in on Google, buy ISBN, or Martin, or go to RK Bauer, things like that. You can go to there's a bunch of different websites. This one might be good. See, like something like this, $130 for your ISBN, or $55. It just depends. You want to read the fine print, because some of these they have little different stipulations. But the reason why you want this is so that you don't, if you go through CreateSpace and you get their $10 one, you won't be allowed to sell your book on very many other platforms, because they will kind of control it. That's what you don't want. So you want to buy your own independent ISBN, independent publisher program, $55, or this one for $130. And what that allows you to do is be able to sell your book not only on CreateSpace, but anywhere else basically online that you want to. And there are many other websites where you can sell your book. I may do another video about how to market your book later on, but for right now I'm just wanting to create this one for publishing a book, and some different tips and some things like that I learned as far as now, another great reason why you want to publish, why it would be a good idea to publish through CreateSpace is this is print-on-demand publishing, which means that they will print your books as they are ordered. You don't have to buy thousands of copies like you would if you go through a professional publisher. Like, for instance, there's a publisher called Destiny Image that does a lot of publishing for people that I know that have really big ministries and things like that. But and they charge, I believe, they make you buy about 5,000 of your own books. And if you pay $5 per book at 5,000 books, what is that? $25,000 that you have to pay just to be able, and that doesn't include all your publishing fees. That's just one of the requirements they have in order to publish with them. And they take care of a lot of your advertising. They also have people who edit your book and format it and design the cover and do press releases and all that. So you're getting a huge package when you do that. And if you have the money and you want to go for something like that, you know, make sure that your book is going to be something that is stellar and is going to get a lot of sales. I'm talking about, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of sales for something like that. You don't want to do just a book that you're planning on only getting a few thousand sales on, okay? But either way, and also too, once you learn how to market, you can save the money of going through all that and just use that $25,000 to invest in marketing your own book and produce a lot more results. Because I've heard of people publishing through them and they don't really necessarily get that many sales unless they're already an established author or widely known person of influence. So if you're just starting out, I don't recommend that. I recommend doing CreateSpace because it's print on demand. They print your books and create your books as they are ordered, and it's very cheap for print on demand. Let me show you some examples. Let's say you have a 200-page book. It's in black and white, and normal size is a 6x9. So let's go ahead and calculate. Let's say that you want to sell this book for $14, which is a good book price. You can charge more, you can charge less, but about $15 to $16 is normal for a 200-page book. Some people charge $20 or $25, and I'll tell you why they do that here shortly. But look how much royalty you will make per sale. $5 per sale if sold on Amazon.com. $8 per sale for every person who buys directly through your own CreateSpace store, which you'll get. $2.34 for expanded distribution. This is Amazon's online network, and then overseas they have different levels. 2.82 pounds, which is actually about $5 because 2 pounds to $1. 3.54 euros, which is also pretty close to $5. Because the euro at this time of creating this video is worth more than the dollar. I think it's $1.3 per 1 euro. So that, you know, you could be making $5, anywhere from $5 to up to $8 for $14. If you raised it to $15.99, then your royalties are going to go up. And these are percentage based. You can be making up to $10 per sale. That is huge. And the part of the reason why is because Amazon is a very trusted website. People will buy through Amazon long before they will buy through many other platforms because it is a trusted platform, and many people who have bought things online have already bought through Amazon. And this is part of the marketing aspect of it, but I'm just wanting to let you know ahead of time because you really want to make sure that you go through a very trustworthy and reliable source that is going to be able to market your book for you before you publish, because that will make a huge difference in how many people read your book. I wish that I had actually published my book through CreateSpace, and I plan to actually do that in the future because of all the perks that are involved. But basically, I plan to actually republish my book through CreateSpace. I'm still working on, I have some editing and changes I need to do on it, but basically now this will also tell you what the cost is. Let's say one book with 200-page books, $3.25 is how much they will charge you for one book that is 200 pages in its printed form, nice cover and everything. That is amazing. $3.25. Print on demand. That doesn't look. That's if you buy one book. That's not a discounted rate if you buy thousands of books. That's if you buy one book. Most companies that I looked at online when I was first wanting to publish charged anywhere from $8 to $10 per book. And that was even when you bought in bulk. And they had certain requirements of how many you would have to buy. This company charges $3.25 because they are a huge, I mean, this is Amazon we're talking about. They have huge amounts of books they're printing out every single day, and they have state-of-the-art equipment, so they don't need to overcharge people. So, and now here's one of the great things. Distribution. When you publish through CreateSpace, what will happen is, as I said before, Amazon is the world's largest online store. And I'm going to open up a new tab for it because I had something important on there. But basically, they also have a network of literally hundreds and thousands of websites that are selling that are in their affiliate program and that sell products for Amazon. And there are actually even, I believe, a good 100 or more popular book sites that are linked to Amazon. And what happens is, when a book becomes popular on Amazon, it will funnel out to literally potentially over 100 other websites that will then advertise your book for you and begin to generate sales for you, because those websites will make a commission if they sell your book on there, and they will make an affiliate commission. And so this is huge. I mean, when you're talking about free marketing, Amazon will basically help you market your book for you if your book is a good book. And it's not very hard to do. Now, so back to getting your book published and things like that. You're going to need to design a cover. You're going to need to get it edited and formatted and things like that. And if you haven't ever done that before, then one of the things you can do is you can go on a website called elance.com. Now, if you know somebody who can do that kind of stuff, that's a great way to go. Maybe you know somebody who does cover like graphic design and things like that. And I actually talk more about Elance and Fiverr on my website, christianbusinessopportunities.net. I explain more things. But on Fiverr here, you can actually go in here and look. Let's just see book cover. And you can do the same thing on Elance. Okay, let's do book editing. What I'm wanting to search for, freelancers who do book editing. Go. And what's going to happen is it's going to pop up a ton of different people who do book editing. And now what I can do is I can come over here and I can I can basically post a job where I will begin to share what it is that I want done. And I'll show you an example by looking at somebody else's job. Ready? Let's do book editing. And basically, what if you look at this? This is somebody who posted a job on here by going in to post a job and creating the job, and he's wanting somebody to format the book and so it'll be ready to send to a publisher, and he's willing to pay less than $500 for somebody to do it. And he's basically saying he's got 150 pages in MS Word, which is 67,000 words. What that equates to, 150 full pages in MS Word will probably be about 250 pages in a real book if he hasn't already formatted it like that. Basically what he's wanting, he's saying it has been edited, but could use one more quick person for grammar, spacing, and format. Needs to be correctly formatted with page headings, chapters, etc., and so forth, and goes ready to print. And what will happen is, this was just posted 15 minutes ago, so it doesn't have anybody bidding on it yet. But what will happen is people will then begin to submit proposals for getting on that job. And we'll go down to one that's been up for a little while. Like, let's see, okay, now let's see here. It's like this one, correction of a book review. Has about 16 proposals on it, meaning 16 people. See all these people down here have all applied to get hired for this job, and basically he's wanting editing and proofreading of the book to be a European Muslim by Tariq Ramadan. The review is done and is currently 600 words and should be cut to 1,000 to 1,500 words. Basically he's wanting a review done, or some editing to his review. It's kind of unclear on there, to be honest with you, what he wants done. But hopefully you can see, basically you can do this to get somebody to edit and format your book for a few $100s, maybe $500. It depends on the size of it, because people are going to want to do different things. Here's another one that was posted 3 hours ago. Has a couple proposals. I have a manuscript that I need edited before mass production. If anyone can help me out with this project, it would be greatly appreciated. Now recognize that this is just a person from Tampa, Florida, United States. This is not a business or a corporation or a publisher, though you will find corporations and publishers on here as well. But this is just a regular person, just like you and me, wanting to look to hire somebody to do that job for them. And you can look at my freelance videos. I have a video on Elance in specific, but I also have some more information on freelancing, and I might post some more as far as like hiring freelancers, because I have more on how to make income from freelancing. But maybe I'll look into hire freelancing. I personally haven't hired anybody for freelancing work through these sites yet, but you can get a good idea of their job history. Like you can click on that. This was a person who had applied to this job, Shantae, and you can see down here she's got a 5-star rating, meaning she's had 44 reviews and gotten 5 stars average rating. She's worked over 76 hours on jobs, 51 total jobs, meaning that she's done a good amount of work. She's done a design for a book there that you can see, and she's done some editing work as well. And basically she is an experienced graphic artist and video editor. Looks like she does book editing too, I guess. So you can get an idea of who she is and if you want to hire her. And there are a bunch of different sites. If you go to my website, christianbusinessopportunities.net, it has a list of different freelancing websites like Elance that I recommend checking out, that are reliable and very reputable places. So you can basically hire for very cheap somebody to edit, review, format your book, and possibly even create a cover on here, which is awesome. So that can actually save you some money right there. You can also go through Createspace as well. Createspace also offers paid services where you can pay some of their people to do the same things for you and stuff like that, the publishing, the editing, the layout and design, and even you can even do some marketing stuff on here as well. I think their prices vary, so you can just kind of check around, make some decisions about what you want to do some research for yourself. But here, check this out. I will design you. This is on Fiverr.com, www.fiverr.com. I also have videos about how to make income through Fiverr on my website, but this is more how to get things done. And I also talk about that a little bit in the videos, about how you can find very cheap advertising and very cheap marketing, very cheap services on here for just $5. Sometimes they cost more than $5, and that's okay because they do good work. But you can see right here, I will create a book cover for $5. I'll create an amazing book cover, ebook cover, Kindle cover in 48 hours for $5. 100% positive feedback this guy has. Now, one of the things you can do, as you can see, there are tons of people offering to create an ebook cover for you, or a book cover. So how do I know who's going to be good? Out of 1,100 best matches for book cover, hit this little button right here, rating. And what that'll do is it'll redo all these searches, and it'll show only the top rated gigs, meaning the people who have gotten the highest amount of sales and ratings on their gigs, will show up at the top. And that will help you to be able to find a more quality level design. But here we go. So this is an example of an ebook design that was done. This is an example of an ebook design. A little bit almost nudity there. I'm sorry about that. Here's another one, an ebook design for $5. Now obviously, to me, I think these are ebook designs mostly. Maybe he does some for regular books. Power of Positive Thinking. How to Drop Your Excuses and Start Writing Today. That one was pretty good. Pretty cool little ebook design. And then he has examples of his work down here. Obviously, if you're paying $5, you might get what you pay for in this sort of sense. He has little book extras you can get, or little gig extras you can get. This guy has 56 in queue, so I probably wouldn't hire him because looks like he's got a lot of work he's doing. But oh wow, look at the quality on that. See, this is something that looks a little better quality as far as what he's offering. Look at that. That's a very nice cover for $5. Same thing here. That's pretty good. This guy does really good work. So you can see why he has 56 people who are ordering his gig right now. You can see he has a 100% gig rating. And I talk more about Fiverr, like I said, in my other videos if you want to know more about how Fiverr works and tips and things. But look, 3,700 positive reviews, 5 negative. This guy is an all-star right here. Very amazing. That means he's probably had well over 5,000 to 6,000 sales because not everybody leaves feedback. And you can also see the different work here. And you can also find book editors on here as well. Who would have thought? Now, you could find people from other countries that will do things for really cheap, like people in India and Pakistan and things like that. But chances are, you want to, especially on the editing, you want to be very careful who you choose to hire to do your editing. Out of everything on here, the editing and the formatting, you want to be very careful. It is better to pay for quality than to end up hiring somebody who does really cheap work but does really poor work, because they can literally destroy your work. I did book editing on here for a little while, and I had some things that were given to me that were really unfortunate. I had one person who had hired somebody from another country through a professional website or a website or something like that, and they changed a lot of stuff. Everywhere where the person put God, the person editing changed the word God and put Allah, and they changed a whole lot of the content and made it just really crappy, to be honest with you. And the person, not only did they waste their money, but they got back a book that was just horrific. It was pretty sad. But so you want to be careful who you hire. A lot of people, what they will do is for $5 they will edit like up to 2,500 words. Now that's a good deal. This person looks like she's from the US, so she probably speaks good English. You can also hit that little rating button again to find people who do editing, because a lot of these guys will do editing for just something that they love to do, so they do it over and over again, and you can get feedback. She's got 98% rating, 3 in queue. She'll edit up to 2,500 words for $5. Now if you want to do more than 2,500 words, you'll have to get extra gigs, so it'll cost you, on book editing, expect to pay at least $100 to $500, because you may even need to get your book edited more than one time, depending on how many pages it is and how good your English and grammar are, because if you need more extensive work done, usually people charge more. So just be aware about that. But you can see this person has tons of great reviews, a good amount of orders, and a very good price. 2,500 words for $5. Most people, it's 500 to 1,000 words for $5. So 2,500 words, that's a great deal for $5. 50,000 page book at that rate would cost only $100. I mean, that's a great deal. A 50,000 word book, sorry. And that would be, most 200 page books are probably under 50,000 words. So that would be about $100 to get your book edited. That's pretty good. That's actually really good, sorry. If you go outside of other places, you're probably going to pay more than that. Yeah, so these are different steps that you can take to get your book published and to get it on Amazon or to go through Createspace. And I just recommend that you do your own research and check things out. But really, I wish I had known these things when I first went to publish a book. I actually self-published through an individual publisher, and it actually made things a lot more challenging for many different reasons. Part of it being the fact that Amazon, if you self-publish through a publisher outside of Amazon and then you try to sell your book on Amazon, they will charge you 55%, anywhere from 40 to 55% of the total value of your book as their commission fee. So you can see my book now that is on here, and by the way, like I said, I'm going to republish it through Amazon. But see the printed book, and I'm also, before we go, I'm going to share just some quick info as well on ebooks and some advice there. But basically, you can see here the print list price is $10. No, this is the Kindle edition. Where is the other one? Oh well, I don't know. But basically, if they sell my book for $10, they will keep $5.50 of that, and $4.50 goes to the publisher basically to pay for my book. So I would have to sell my book for like $25 on here to make $5 to $10. Now, I don't make money off of my book. Any of the money that comes in, even on here, this is a Kindle price. This is different, and I'll explain that here shortly. But basically, if I sold my printed copy, which also costs $10, that's the print list price is $10. Basically I make zero, and the publisher just gets paid their fee for the book. That's about it. If somebody buys it through my website and through the publisher, I make $5. That money goes into my ministry. It does not go into my pocket, because I actually have the ebook and the audiobook available for this book free, because I don't want to make money off of my revelatory books, because I want to give that away. I want to reach more people with the gospel and things like that. I didn't publish this book to make money. I published this book to help and impact and transform lives with the love of God. And so that's there's nothing wrong with publishing a book to make income, though. I may do that in the future for other things that are non-Christian related, or that are not necessarily books about the gospel or the revelations of God that He's given me to share with people. If I just maybe charge for how to publish your book or things like that, yeah, I would want to make money off of things like that. But this is something, even this Kindle one. Now this is also another option you can do, which I will kind of try to wrap up this video, because I know we're getting a little bit long. Let me check the time on here. About 30 minutes. Okay, I'll try to make it fast for you. But basically, this is Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing. This is really great if you're new and you just want to get a quick book out there, 50 to 100 pages. What I really recommend for ebooks is 50 to 100 pages. You would be surprised. When I first published my book was over 300 pages printed. In the ebook format, I think it's even more than that. I've been having trouble getting people to actually read the whole book, because in nowadays society, where there's so much information daily flooding people's minds through TV, social media, YouTube, radio, books, and news articles, and all these different things, people's attention span, unfortunately, is very short. And that's why a lot of the really viral videos and things like that are usually under 5 minutes, because people's attention span has become really short. And so unless you're already an established and widely known person, it can be a little challenging if you have a longer book to get it out there. And so actually what you want to do, and this is one of those things that I wish I had known in the beginning, because originally I thought, man, who's going to pay to buy a 50-page book? Actually, 50-page books can sell better than 300-page books because of people's short attention span, and because people want information right away. They want it, quick. And because you can also charge less. Say if you charge $5 for a 50-page ebook, if you earn 70% royalty, which on the ebooks you get a higher royalty rate because there's no publishing cost. And like in a printed book, there's a publishing cost, like we saw earlier, just to create the book. But with the direct ebooks, there's no publishing cost, but there is a commission that Amazon takes for hosting the ebook for you and marketing it for you. But once again, you get their whole marketing system set up already for you with people who will sell your ebook for you, especially if it's popular. And I'm working with a guy who he had done the Kindle ebook, and he put it for free for 3 days. And they have these websites that watch for when ebooks go free on Amazon, because if you opt into Kindle, the KDP Select publishing thing, which I highly recommend. I'm not going to talk much about it on here for the sake of time, but just remember KDP Select, where you basically promise for 3 months not to publish your ebook anywhere but on Amazon, up on Kindle Direct, and it becomes available only to Kindle users and stuff like that for 3 months. And then you can also make it available to the public for free for like 3 days every 3 months or something like that. And when that happens, it can just go viral. I've seen this one guy got 20,000 downloads to his book in 3 days, because of the fact that when it goes free, you have all these different websites connected to here that look for these free books, because they're only offered for 3 days out of 3 months. So when those go off, they just blast it out to these different websites, and you get massive exposure for free to your book, which is huge, which then also boosts your ratings, which then also increases the amount of people that will buy your book, because now you have tons of people that have downloaded, liked it, did reviews, because it was free for a few days. And then when people come to buy it, you get the 70% royalty. So even on a $5 ebook or a $10 ebook, 70% is anywhere from $3.50 to $7, depending on the price. So that's a good little income, especially if you could write a 50-page book in a couple weeks if you already knew what you're going to write about, you're really familiar with the information, things like that. A 100-page book might take you a month or two. It could do less. It just depends on your style of writing. My book was over 300 pages, and it was actually about 400 pages at one point, and I cut it down. It took me 10 months to do because it was my first book, and I was so wanting to make it perfect and all that. And then I realized that I just really didn't need to put that much. I could have done things better now that I've gotten some experience with it. So hopefully this helps you. I really recommend, if you're going to publish an ebook, to do it through Kindle Direct Publishing, or at least to consider that, and as well as get your own ISBN for that as well. You will need a separate ISBN for your printed copy, your ebook copy, and if you decide to do an audiobook, you'll need a thing for that. Maybe I'll do a video for that here eventually. But basically, yeah, that's the overall general gist of getting into publishing and things like that. Plus, here's the thing: if you offer your book as an ebook, you do a 50-page, 100-page book for $5. What that does is it helps build your influence and your name. It helps build your, get your name out there. So people start to recognize you as an authoritative writer, as somebody who produces good content, and then you can advertise. Maybe you have longer books that you want to write that are 300 pages or 500 pages. Well, you use these shorter ebooks to start to pique interest in people, and then people who really value what you've shared with them will be more likely to get your 300 or 500 page book. And so these are some tactics that I actually plan on possibly doing myself to help get more people interested in my longer book. So overall, I hope this has helped you. I hope it's been a blessing to you. There are people making, 5,000 a month on their ebook sales, on their book sales, and it's not that hard as long as you have something important and quality to share. And so I hope you're having a blessed day, and take care.